Patty, I'm one of
Yes.
the hosts here at the Show Me the Money podcast. I'm Nick the Hat Turner.
And I am, wait a second, you're Nick
Huh?
the father.
Oh
I'm
shit!
Pat the Hat.
You
Come
just
on.
sometimes
Come
you got to make
on.
sure everyone's paying attention.
Yep. And I was because I'm Pat the Hat. And Nick, I get why you're thrown a little bit at the start of this episode because it is Oscar week.
It's
We're here.
madness. It's finally March Madness, bro.
Yes. So that's what the promo code Madness is about. It's about the Academy
Yeah,
Awards happening.
Oscar Madness.
So it happens this Sunday,
Oh
March
yeah.
12th. Oh my God. Biggest night of the year. Nick, before we get into,
Sure.
we're going to be going through our final predictions of who to bet on. But what are your Oscar plans for this Sunday? Do you have a party brewing?
No, I hope to get back to LA in time.
Where will you be
I'm
coming from?
I'm going to San Francisco Bay Area this weekend to do shows. I've got a show in Santa Cruz on
Oh,
Friday and a show in San Francisco at the Hideout on Saturday.
oh, very nice. But then
Yeah.
Sunday you wake up and you book it back to LA to watch
I
the
book it back
Oscars.
to LA as with haste, my friend.
Yes, yes, because you are wanted on stage at the
Oh,
Academy Awards.
in Santa Cruz on Friday, I'll be at the Greater Purpose Brewery.
Oh,
Many
that
cruise
sounds.
heads are in the house.
I'm sure there's a lot of the Show Me the Money listeners in Santa Cruz. So pack that place out. Pack out the what was the name of it again?
Good question. Greater Purpose Brewery, and
Yes.
also the Hideout the next night in San Francisco. And also, I will be in San Francisco the week after that also. And I'm doing a
Wow.
show outside Portland in Salem
Okay.
on next weekend.
There are
And
so many
I
Salems
just booked
across
a
America.
day some shows in Austin and Houston.
Wow. All right. So remember, Show Me the Money listeners, if you go to one of Nick's shows and you see him, leave him alone. That is the main thing. Leave him
I
alone.
do not like to talk about my podcasts.
No, no. So watch
I don't
him
like to do
laugh.
them.
Nope.
I don't like to talk about them.
No. So laugh, pay your check, and leave the man alone. So Nick,
Unless
it's
I have
Oscar week.
t-shirts, come and buy one.
Yes, of course. Buy merch, buy SGPN merch store, and then also buy it from the
Well,
Nick
we're
merch
going to leave
stand.
SGPN out of my personal merch sales.
When
Okay,
you're
I have to
done,
skirt the contract.
yeah. So Nick, it's Oscar week. This is
Incredible.
huge.
I can't believe
I'm
it's finally
excited.
here, Pat.
I know. I thought we would never get here. I thought we'd be doing the show forever, but we're only doing it for like 3
Yeah,
more
we're
episodes.
not gonna. Okay, so where are we? What we're at the finish line.
Yeah.
So everyone, all the people who've been telling you the Fablemans, they've been telling you Adam Sandler, those people are all dead.
Yes. Yes.
And now we're just talking the stinky cheese here. Okay.
Mhm.
If the cheese ain't stinky, we ain't biting.
No. It's gotta be near rotten at this point. So I mean, let's get into what we're going to do today is go through basically everything that you could still gamble on. I've got a site open and we're going to go through the current
And you
odds
can
as of
bet
today.
anywhere now. You can bet Bovada. You can bet my bookie. You can bet US. You can bet every game. They all got them. And for as far as I know, everything I've seen has pretty much, if not every category.
Wow. This is great.
Yeah.
They've all gotten on board. It's the biggest thing.
I had to
today.
drop some my bookie money I just had to get it back in the family.
I love my bookie.
Yeah, so I put some my bookie bucks down today.
Nice.
Some last minute Oscar bets. But it's slim pickings out there. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah, well, let's then get into it with the big one. I mean, let's start with Best Picture.
Okay.
So, and I'm looking at Bet US. So let me know if my bookie's odds are radically different.
No,
But
they're off the charts.
so at this point, the heavy favorite, the movie that is going to win is Everything Everywhere All at Once. It is at negative 1,500 here on my bookie. So throw it out to you. If you have not bet at this point, Nick, is it worth putting any money on the category of Best Picture? Is it worth it anymore?
No, move on.
Move on.
Move on.
I agree.
This is the way our show goes, you know.
Yeah.
Some categories are different months, you know, and
Yeah.
the movie category, that's sewn up, buddy. You
Yep.
gotta if you were like us and you put that plus 700 money on it back in the day, great. But if you're just getting into the game, you know, write them on your little Oscar ballot. But
Right.
you are not putting any money in this category.
Right. And just for the listeners, we're going to do another episode this week, and that will be specifically Oscar ballot. So that'll be how to fill out the ballot, what's going to win each category. That's the next episode. This one is just what to actually put money on a gambling site or with an old man at a bar who's taking bets. So I agree. Best Picture, if you haven't put money on it yet, don't bother. Everything Everywhere All at Once will absolutely win this category. There is nothing else that could win. Nothing. So let's move on to the category of Best Director. Are we in the same boat here? The Daniels, Best Director, they are also at minus 1,500.
But
is there any money here?
It's over. It's done. Write it.
It's done.
Reap it. Sow it.
Done.
Work it. Love it.
Yeah. I don't see any reason to even put a $2 bet on Spielberg.
No,
or
and
Martin
I got to be
McDonagh.
honest with you. If these two pan out, this is the majority of my winnings. By the way,
same here.
I went hella hard on them. The odds were really good for a while.
Yeah,
and so, you know, like if these two win, you know, I'm getting back my like $1,000.
Wow.
I need that to happen.
How many different sites were you able to get in early bets on Best Picture and Best Director?
You know, not that I even was able to max it out at the height, but you know, I put a good amount of money, like a late wave, on even odds for both of those categories. I would say I dropped another, you know, $200 or $300 on that.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah,
that's great. I think I only have like whatever the Bet US max was early on.
Yeah,
you know, like $25 a piece on the Daniels for director and Everything Everywhere. But when they were at their most underdog, but even then, I think like it's a couple $100 on each bet, maybe, you know, or maybe it was $100. Yeah, you getting all of that money in early makes this whole show worthwhile.
Yeah, that's what you do.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you're listening to this, you just got on this, you know, congrats. Maybe we can help you out, get a few bucks here at the end, but hit us up next December, Hot Shots.
Yeah. Yes, that is the time to listen to the show. I would love to, because every podcast has a few people who discover it and then start at the beginning. And I would love to be in the brain of the person who is listening to our episodes from December, where we're telling you to bet on Everything Everywhere All at Once. And now instead it's like March 8th. And they're like, God, I wish I could go back in time. These guys are brilliant. So let's move on then. Those categories are not worth putting any money on. Best Actor, Nick. Here we go. Brendan Fraser is the favorite at minus 225. And then Austin Butler is at plus 120. And Colin Farrell is at plus 1,000. And we don't have to mention Bill Nighy or Paul Mescal. They have no chance.
I was looking over my Oscar bets and just putting them all out so I can see them. And it is so sad. I bet $30 on him the first show. And if people had ever seen that movie,
Uh-huh.
I could have gotten $630 back from that,
So
but
is Bill
they didn't.
Nye great in this movie?
Oh, he's incredible. I,
He's incredible.
of course, have not seen it.
Right,
No one
right.
has.
But he's a great man, Bill Nye.
He's incredible in this movie. That's what they say. He
Yeah.
got nominated.
So is there, I mean, I think this is a category where it's worth dropping a couple of bucks on it.
Yeah.
Um,
So yeah, this category, I hate to say it, if I with no emotion look at this category, I think it's great. On various sites, it's different odds, but on all of them, Austin Butler is in the bonus money
right.
side, and he's not the favorite. He's plus 110 on Bovada. He was plus more than that on other stuff, but
He's plus 120 on Bet US.
so it sucks. I think Brendan Fraser's going to win, but my favorite place to look, top 24 users on Gold Derby, they're riding the Butler train. And
I
so
mean,
I would say he is in the lead currently, and his odds are good.
yeah.
But I
mean,
still can't do it. I put money on Fraser today.
you can't do you see this is where
I mean it
our
wasn't
golden
much.
rule is it you got to take your personal taste out of it.
I looked up if Brendan Fraser or Austin Butler wins, I stand to win around $20. I have not been putting money in this. I put early Colin Farrell money in this.
So here's what I'll ask right
So
now.
yeah.
Is there any reason to put any money on Colin Farrell? He's obviously the only one who's got odds. He's got plus 1,000.
No. He was done after the Critics' Choice Awards. I'm sorry. And then it's been just nothing but, I mean, he didn't win the BAFTAs. Come on, dude.
Right.
Come on.
Yeah. If he had won the BAFTAs, he would have a chance. So, I mean, I kind of have to agree. It's not worth even putting long shot $5 money.
No,
the
only bet on this is Austin Butler, even though I really don't want that to be the case. Obviously.
Oh, he's so good. He shakes those hips. Come on.
He never stops shaking those hips, mama.
Okay. And the thing is, the old producers who make up still the majority of the Academy, they loved.
Oh, blah blah. Who gives?
They loved him. They loved him. They loved those.
All right, best actress.
Best actress. I mean, this is a 2-horse race, and it is. They both have the same odds at US. Cate Blanchett for Star, Michelle Yeoh. Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Michelle Yeoh is a heavy favorite. Are heavily in first place on both Bovada and MyBookie. She is minus 160 on Bovada. She might be minus 180 on MyBookie. Blanchett is plus 120. And what I actually put money on was Cate Blanchett. Cate Blanchett is still split amongst the top 24 users. I think there's people are tending toward Michelle Yeoh, at least the people who have updated more recently. But as we talked last week, we talked this category to death, and we saw, even with the SAGs and the Spirit Awards coming, that we knew she was going to win.
Right.
We still think that it's going to be Cate Blanchett. And if it isn't Cate Blanchett, then we've got our safety money with Andrea Riseborough.
Yes. Okay. So I think we're both saying anywhere that you could find Cate Blanchett getting underdog money, max those out. Or in the sense of put $25 on there, which is probably the max. So
no, that's not really the case anymore, man. You could put a lot of money. You can max on Cate Blanchett on MyBookie is like $250. That's pretty standard. I mean, you can, if you string all these together, you can put $1,000 on Cate Blanchett this week.
I mean, okay, so then let's get into that. What do you advise? Obviously, everyone's finances are different, and what they make.
I advise you spend your play money on this. I advise you spend hard-earned money in December and January
Right.
and in March you spend your play money.
Okay. Okay. I mean, I think Kate Blanchett is for sure winning the Oscar on
I
Sunday.
think she is also for sure winning the Oscar. I think Michelle Yeoh, I don't understand. I don't understand. I mean, I do understand just because the way that the awards shows were scheduled
Right, right. She's got the
this year.
momentum, but if the other award shows were earlier than later, Kate Blanchett would seem to have the momentum right
The
now.
Spirit Awards, the SAG Awards, the people voting for these are like the newbies who are excited about voting for anything, even something that doesn't matter. And then we get to the fucking Oscars and it is a different game.
Right, right. If for instance the BAFTAs were the last award before the Oscars, like they usually are,
100%
and
Pat.
Kate Blanchett had just won the BAFTA as the last precursor, Kate
Yes.
Blanchett would be the favorite, and all the precursor results would have been exactly the same as they currently are, just in a different
Yes.
order.
Next.
Yeah. So let's move on then to supporting actor. Is
Okay.
there any reason to put any money on anything other than Kiwi Kwan? I mean, I think max out what you can on Kiwi Kwan, even though the odds for him are
No, they're terrible.
so minus 5,000. You wouldn't put
Minus
$200.
5,000. Do you know how
So
much you would get back? You could bet $4.
if I bet $100 on Kiwi Kwan at minus 5,000, how much am I getting back?
You get $2.
Get $2. But you know what? He can't lose. Is there any chance he loses?
You don't want $2.
Yeah.
There's
I mean, listen.
no like Barry Keoghan wins, then what?
Oh, then you're taking a header off of the roof.
Fucking idiot.
So don't bet anything on this category. I mean, the thing is, you should have got money on this early. I feel like a lot of this stuff is basically an advertisement to listen to our show as soon as it starts next season, because you should have listened to us early.
Yeah. But there's still good stuff.
There's still good. Oh, there's still a lot of good stuff. All right. Well, supporting actress. Let's see, for supporting actress. This is one where it's very even amongst three different people. So Angela Bassett is still the favorite on Bet US at minus 110. Then you've got Carrie Condon is plus 225 and Jamie Lee Curtis is plus 125. Those are the only three that really have a chance of winning. Is there money to put down in this category, Nick?
Sorry, I had to get my sheet out where I wrote down my bets.
So supporting actress, here's my thinking. I think Carrie Condon from Banshees is going to win the Oscar. And right now she is plus 225 on Bet US. She's the running third amongst the three favorites.
Okay, what is your thinking there?
My thinking is that Angela Bassett has not won one of the important precursors, in the sense that she didn't win the BAFTA, she didn't win the SAG Awards. I know you poo-pooed it and everyone's saying it, but they're not going to want to reward a Marvel movie. There's a chance that a lot of the voters haven't even watched Wakanda Forever, because people are so tuning out the Marvel movies right now. I don't think she's going to win. I mean, Jamie Lee Curtis could win for sure, but my thinking is they're not going to want to blank Banshees. The voters definitely love Banshees. It got a ton of nominations, and I do think there's something to this is the category where they could vote for it. It's either this and/or screenplay. And I think they're going to want to give Banshees a big award because they obviously love it. It got picture, director, screenplay, 4 acting nominations. So I think Condon is going to be the one who gets the big Banshees win.
So I made an early bet on Jamie Lee Curtis at good odds.
Oh, boy.
Back in December. So
Mhm.
if she wins, I stand to get back $76, probably on like a $10.
Right. Right.
Also, I talked about this on the show. I mistakenly bet $20 on Carrie Condon because I thought I was betting on the BAFTAs,
Okay.
but I was actually betting on the Academy Awards. So if she wins, I stand to get back $70.
What were the odds that you got her when you made that bet?
Um, plus 250
Oh, okay. So basically
because
the
she was
same as
like
she is now.
minus 200 for the BAFTAs.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
so I just thought I saw insane odds
Right.
and jumped at it and hit
Right.
the max. So and then right after the Critics' Choice Awards, I put the plus $700 bet on Angela Bassett. So that would give me 210 if that paid out.
Mhm. Mhm.
So that is, let's see, I don't know. That's probably $60 I spent on that category, and I'm gonna win money no matter who wins. But
Right.
I'd
Right.
like to win the most.
Right. 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 We all like to win
Uh,
the most.
yeah, that's
It
my thing.
is there. I'm going to throw something out here. This category is obviously very split.
Yeah, it's
Different people.
crazy how split this is.
Is there any reason to put a couple of bucks on either of the fourth or fifth place?
No,
Stephanie Shu or
no,
Hong Chiao.
no. Because no one, what kind of asshole? You got to be Hong Chao's mom,
Uh-huh.
and
I don't
I doubt Hong Chao's mom has a ballot.
I don't know. Listen, who knows what people do? She may be a big movie producer and has just kept it quiet. Hong Chao could be a nepo baby. We don't know. Um,
God love her.
I think that if you were going to put a couple bucks in this category on Stephanie Shu, who right now is at plus 2,000, Everything Everywhere could just be that kind of steamroller. And there is a world in which Stephanie Shu is more the person that the Academy younger voters would vote for than Jamie Lee Curtis, who won the SAG Awards. So possibly that's my maybe a couple bucks on Stephanie Shu.
You know what? Put $100 on Angela Bassett and $100 on Carrie Condon. Worst case scenario, you win $60. Best case scenario, you win $125. How about that?
Mm-hmm. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. All right, so let's move on then to let's start moving into the categories where it is definitely a little bit more varied.
There's
in
10
there.
categories we've never talked about.
Well, best animated feature. We have spent
we don't need to
very
go
little
there.
time on this.
Yeah.
Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio is minus 250, and Marcel the Shell with Shoes and Puss in Boots: The Last Wish are both plus 1,000.
Wait a minute.
Do you think?
Wait a minute.
Yes.
How much?
Plus 1,000
No, Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio is what?
is minus 2,500.
Oh, okay. I think you said
Yeah.
250.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I was like,
apologize.
put all your money on it.
Is this a slam doink? Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio?
It has not lost a single award, buddy. Not a
So you
single
don't think
award. What are we
you don't
doing
think
here?
Marcel has no chance?
What are we doing here? If we tell people you want everything, I'm dying. I'm getting over.
He's dying.
Excuse.
He's that disgusted. That disgusted at the thought of betting on not Del Toro's Pinocchio.
I mean,
All
it's
right.
literally the biggest slam doink, even bigger than Kiwi Kwan.
Okay. All right. So we'll move on. Let's
You got
get
me
into
heated, buddy.
I that's what I want. That's good radio. You gotta get your co-host angry and coughing.
You gotta get him turned into Mad Dog.
Yes. Oh, we got to listen to the Mike and the Mad Dog Oscar prediction show.
What about Nick and the Pat Dog?
I mean, I
That's
smell afternoon
something.
drive time. There's something there. Um, best cinematography. Okay, this is an interesting one. So All Quiet
Yeah.
on the Western Front is the favorite at -1,000. And this is the question now is All Quiet on the Western Front going to be this year's Dune? The movie that racks up all of the technical category awards. Uh, that's become the conventional wisdom, but I don't know if that is actually going to play out.
Look,
Uh,
it winning the BAFTA for best movie is a big deal.
it is, but it's such a BAFTA movie that it's a European production
Well, I don't
about a
know if you've ever
European war.
seen the making of after an HBO show, you watch a
Mhm.
couple credits and then they're like, this episode was filmed in my hometown in England. And then all the actors turn and they're like, yes, we're English. Everyone's English. Everyone
Yes.
is British. Everyone in Hollywood is British.
Yeah, it's true.
99% of Hollywood is British.
Al Pacino is actually British, and people are always blown away by that. They
Yeah.
can't believe it.
Yeah.
Um,
He's that good.
he is very good. He's good. Yeah, because in his normal accent, it would be a hoo-ah. That's what he would say.
So this is one of the rare most categories I've thrown a few bucks on
Okay.
just to have some skin in the game. But I have not touched cinematography. It's at -500 on Bovada.
Mhm.
And then the only contender is Elvis at +300. Could Elvis win? Sure. I don't have any reason to think that it will. I think that All Quiet, I think people are dying to give this movie some awards, and they don't have a lot of options
Right, right, right.
for places. So
Yeah,
I don't know why anyone would knock out All Quiet on the Western Front. I mean, it's a fucking beautifully shot war movie, hard to beat.
yeah. I mean, I agree. Bardo has no chance. Tar is,
Bardo, remember Bardo?
I do remember
I couldn't
Bardo.
make it through 30 minutes.
I've never tried, and at this point, it's one of those movies where if I don't watch it by Oscar night the year it
Oh
comes
God.
out, I will
I,
never watch it.
I watched Women Talking last night.
Okay, quick thoughts. Nick talking, our new segment. Nick
Yeah.
talking.
Okay. Look, I always come with the straight dope.
Mm-hmm.
This movie did as it should have done.
Yeah.
The only category I think where people got this movie wrong is adapted screenplay, which
Okay.
is the only category I believe it's nominated in.
It's Nick. It is up for Best Picture.
Oh, that's right. It's like in the 8 to 10. It's like the after 12:30 on Saturday Night Live. It's
Right.
not
Right.
that's not
It's a
really
10 to
part of
1
the show.
sketch. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So this movie is nuts, dog.
Mm-hmm.
This
Oh,
movie is nuts. And I understand it, like it says at the beginning, like this is an imagined fantasy or whatever. But it's so funny how these illiterate women speak.
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They are some of the most well-spoken illiterate people on earth.
I mean, the thing is, we're our perception is skewed because we both know so many illiterate people. We're both, in comedy,
Yeah.
and they sound very dumb. And so our perception is just if people who are illiterate are also stupid, but it's
No,
skewed
it's not.
because they're comedians.
Okay, I want to add not just that they're illiterate, but that does play a big role when I don't think they've done a lot of reading. And
Mhm.
also, they do one type of reading, and it's a book their dad wrote.
Well, it's the Bible,
They're
and
not
it's got
sitting
all the words
around.
you need to know.
Right.
It's
But no,
got
I'm
all the
saying they
words.
probably aren't allowed the Bible.
Uh,
I'm sure a guy was talked to God and he was like, a lot of this stuff isn't helpful for my cult.
Right. But you know what? It's got all the words in there in whatever order they're in, and then they learn them that way.
No, it's
But
just weird. I don't know. It's a weird movie. It's
it's
so
a,
it's
it,
hard. It's disconnected from itself. And when they talk about diversity on the screen,
mhm,
it's hard to tell people apart. Even famous actresses.
right,
I'm like, is that who is that? Where is
right,
Claire? Is Claire Foy in this movie?
right. And then you're like, oh, she's the one who's been talking for the last
For
5 minutes.
45 minutes, yeah.
Um, you know,
Also,
yeah,
the whole movie had to
yeah,
happen because they got a tie on their vote in the very beginning, the first scene. And
yeah,
so they had to start talking.
yeah.
But they could have just revoted because there were 3 options in the first ballot.
See, yeah, I mean, and there were hanging chads. It's the 2000 election all over again. It's a metaphor. Um, one last thing on women talking. Did you know the twist before it happened? The when it was set?
Oh, what like it's the same twist in The Village.
Yes. The fact that it is modern times. Did you know that going in?
No, but I didn't think it wasn't.
Okay.
Like, I don't know. I mean, that's what they look like.
Yeah.
And it's something that happens now. I just didn't seem like, I mean, the way they're talking is because a Hollywood screenwriter wrote them. You
Right.
can't gauge time because of that. Like, there is no time. Time does not exist in the way that they are able to get their thoughts out.
Right. Yeah, because a movie will be set, 500 years ago, and they'll say, dude.
Also, there was like, there was no danger. I don't know. I mean, I don't need to get too deep into the movie, but it's just like, oh, it was one thing. It was a play. It was
Yeah.
so a play, so much more than Banshees. It wasn't a whole movie.
So what you're saying is you don't think Women Talking will win Best Cinematography, that
That's so
which it's not
funny.
nominated in.
That's really funny.
So,
I don't.
all right. Well, I mean, listen, that is good gambling advice. Do not put money on Women Talking for Best Cinematography. It
Would
is
you put
not
money on
nominated.
Elvis?
I wouldn't put money on Elvis
All
here.
right, let's
I
move on.
looking at this category, I agree. All Quiet. This is where it's closest to being a slam dunk.
Yeah,
Costume design. So
yeah.
Babylon and Mrs. Harris Go to Paris
Mhm.
are plus 2200 long shots.
Yeah,
I started with
yeah,
the long
yeah.
shots. The favorite here is Elvis at minus 200, but Wakanda Forever is minus 150 and everything is at plus 550. So I'm going to throw something out here.
So
If
Bovada
everything,
actually has Wakanda Forever at plus 200, and so does my bookie.
what is Bovada and my bookie have everything everywhere at in best costume?
Um, Everything Everywhere is plus 400, and it's interesting that you say that because I just put money on them.
I-
Because I think that the odds might have even been better at my bookie.
Okay. I I think listen, here's the thing. If this is a crazy everything everywhere all at once sweep, it could win costume because you're looking at stuff like hot dog fingers as part of the costuming here. And I mean, this category traditionally goes for period pieces and traditionally goes for, you know, dresses. I'm thinking of a couple of years ago, this is where Little Women won the Oscar for costume design, period
Mm-hmm.
piece dresses. So everything everywhere probably won't, but being an underdog, it might be worth putting a couple of bucks on everything everywhere just in case this is a night where it wins everything. Um I otherwise I think Babylon has no chance. I might consider putting a couple of bucks on, and hear me out. Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris at plus 2200. I I know people like that movie, and the movie is about a dress. That movie
Uh-huh.
is about her going to get the costume. So
Yeah.
there is a world in which that is a surprise winner. I don't think I would put any money on Black Panther or Elvis, which is the favorite. Babylon has no chance. That movie is hated.
Babylon. That movie sucks so hard.
Thank you. Thank
That's
you.
the worst movie of award season.
Though, get ready for it. As soon as I download the file of that movie, I will
Worse than
be
Elvis.
making a 95-minute cut that will be awesome. So
Oh.
get ready for that.
Oh, cool.
Um,
You're gonna take out the lead character?
I was good at well, you'll see it.
We'll
When you see the Stango cut of Babylon, you're gonna love it.
Okay.
So what is your advice on costume? Where would you do you think I'm crazy with putting some money on Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris?
No, I think that's fine. Like throw down $10 on Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris, and then maybe you win $300. You probably won't, but sure. There's surprises like that all the time. Why wouldn't it be that?
Yeah.
It's definitely not going to be Babylon, so it's fun. There's only one. It's a category where there's only one long shot, and the long shot has like, a path to victory historically. I mean,
yes,
this type of movie in this category.
Yes, it's about a dress. So let's move on to.
But I think Catherine Martin Elvis costume design, like the dude, she's making costumes that he wore. So I'm not like that impressed. Oh wow, it's that coat. You found that coat. Oh, have people been recreating Elvis coats for a while?
Yeah, but you know what? The old people in the Academy, they remember seeing those coats as a kid. They love these goddamn Elvis coats.
Well, I think this is a good one for Black Panther Wakanda Forever, honestly, because you don't have to see the movie to vote for costumes.
Okay.
You saw that trailer, that fucking Wakanda Forever trailer? My God, that's the best movie of the year.
Yep. That first Wakanda Forever trailer.
I mean, best trailer I've ever seen.
Yes. That should have been the movie. Honestly, the movie should have just been that trailer.
It was the movie. If you didn't see the movie,
yeah. I have not seen the movie, so I agree. That's my Black Panther.
It's previous best trailer of all time for a shitty movie was The Secret Life of Walter Mitty.
Yes, that is a great
trailer.
Okay, let's stay in I'm looking for some more technical categories that we could bet on in
makeup and hairstyling.
Oh, here's a big one. Well, I mean, this feels like a 2-horse race. It's either The Whale, which is at -110, or Elvis, which is at -150.
Yeah.
I don't think anything else has a chance here.
Okay, Pat, I have a question for you as a big Elvis fan. Is Elvis going to walk away from this year's Oscars with 4 Oscars?
Oh, I think that's very possible. I mean, the Academy loves this movie. They love this movie. They love it. I mean, The Whale, the thing you got to look at The Whale is it only got the 2 nominations. It got Best Actor for Brendan Fraser, and it got this makeup and hairstyling, whereas Elvis got, 9 or 10 nominations? So the overall support for Elvis is stronger. I think it's going to win makeup and hairstyling.
Yeah, but it's like Jurassic Park only got nominated in the Best Dinosaur category.
Jurassic Park was beloved. Jurassic Park is way more akin to Elvis.
It was not perfect
than it is to The Whale. I do not think people like this Whale movie. So what do you think? Would you put money on The Whale and makeup and hairstyling?
I did.
Okay.
I did do that. I put I don't know. I don't know how much I put, but if they win, I stand to get back $27.30.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, obviously, I'm an Elvis guy. I think Elvis is going to win. And there is nothing else that could win this category. There's the Batman is not winning best makeup. How is
All
the
right.
Batman up for best makeup? The Joker is not. Oh, I guess the Penguin's in the movie.
Yeah, I don't know because that one guy had like a sheet over his head. All
Right.
right. Best original score. How about that?
All right, let's do it. Best original score.
So this is a
So
two-man fight too. We
okay.
don't need to talk about the Fablemans, huh? Everything Everywhere All at Once, huh? And the Banshees of Inisherin, huh?
Huh? Huh?
Huh?
Uh,
Who is
I,
that?
so
It's me, John Williams.
is the song that he writes in Banshees part of the score for this movie?
Yep,
It is.
that's the entire score.
Yeah, that's you know what? He probably should have just kept talking to his friends at the bar because he was not a great musician.
Ain't gonna win. So, what do we think? Justin Hurwitz, minus 180, Babylon. Volker Bertelmann, you know it, you love it. All Quiet on the Eastern Front,
Mm-hmm.
plus 150. That's Bovada odds.
God, it's so hard to predict Babylon because that movie stinks and nobody liked it. But they do love Justin Hurwitz. You know, he's got an Oscar for La La Land. And I think that he's going to win, but it's the favorite. So like it might be worth putting a couple of bucks on All Quiet because it's got a little bit of underdog money.
Mm-hmm.
And again, it could be just a situation in which All Quiet is just sweeping a ton of technical awards.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah, I mean, I've been like Babylon for sure all the way. Come on, of course.
right.
But Babylon sucks and All Quiet rules.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that might fuck some shit up. And I think this is like a perfect category for it to be fucked up.
Yeah, I agree.
I think they're like a coin flip, honestly, at this point.
Yeah, and you know what? If it's a coin flip, then All Quiet has all the momentum, and the voters are just going to want to. They're not going to vote for Best Picture.
Babylon's so bad. Who cares how good the music was?
Yeah, yeah. I'm tending to agree. I think if you're going to put any money on this category, put it on All Quiet. So let's see in terms of any other under the film editing. So it's a 2-horse race here on Bet US. Everything Everywhere All at Once is minus 150. Top Gun Maverick is minus 110.
What? On Bovada, it's minus 250 for EAL and plus 175 for Top Gun Maverick.
Yeah, so I guess, I mean, I can't imagine Everything Everywhere losing this category. This whole movie is about editing, to be honest. Of all the things about this movie, it's acting and editing.
Yeah. Yes. This is like the Avatar. It's like Avatar in visual effects.
Yes.
Like that's the entire thing.
Yeah.
The whole point is that this is the best we've ever seen this done.
Yes. I think that for this category, I'd go to Bet US. It's minus 150, and I'd put $10 on this movie. I think it's like close to a slam doink, honestly. I'm surprised that Top Gun Maverick is even close in the odds. I think that's a situation where like people obviously love that movie, but it's not going to win. It's Everything Everywhere is almost for sure going to win film editing.
I got my money. I got 3140 coming back for EAO to win.
Man, you are going to be a rich man on Sunday night. I am so excited.
Now, yeah, but also I have $20 coming back if Maverick wins. So I put money on there, but the odds were good.
Yeah.
So obviously I am where I am.
What a
But if
great
either
spot
one
to
of those
be.
win, I'll get my money back probably.
Yeah. So let's see. So any other under the production design? So
Buddy,
for
I have like I'll make like $100 if Sarah Polly wins Best Director. You know, we've been betting a long time.
yeah,
There's a
yeah.
lot of bets in here that we made a long time ago.
Well, I mean, you would it would be incredible because she is not nominated for Best
She is not
Director.
nominated. Yes, that is the
But if
one
she
bet that I
wins,
made where they did not get nominated.
if she wins,
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be an
Yeah,
historic win
it'll
for
be
you.
crazy. And I will go back to liking that movie.
Production design. Babylon is the favorite here at
Crazy.
minus 225.
Can't happen.
Elvis at plus 225 is the underdog that obviously I think could win. But you've also got All Quiet on the Western Front is at plus 850. I mean, does it make sense to put money on All Quiet on the Western Front at plus 850 in production design? I mean, do these bookmakers think Babylon is going to win multiple Oscars on Sunday? It's favored in 3 categories. This is blowing
it's
my mind.
crazy. Because I mean, I don't understand it. I don't understand it. In fact, I've put my money on Elvis already.
Okay.
I've only bet on Elvis, and if it wins, I get back 1875.
That's great. Yeah, I think Elvis obviously is a good bet here. And I think All Quiet on the Western Front could win this because it's just a category where if people want to reward this movie down the line, yeah, production design. They created all these tanks and bullshit, out on the battlefield.
Oh, also, I put money on Kiwi Kwan, and if he wins, I'll get back $20. I just put $15 on him one day to win $5, just so I could be part of that historical event.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a big part of Oscar gambling is put a couple of bucks on a heavy favorite like that just to get the jolt when they win.
Yes, of course he's gonna win, and those were good odds for Kiwi Kwan.
Yeah. So production design, do you advise putting any money on any of these underdogs? I mean, we both agree don't put money on Babylon.
I would say put money on Elvis. Because
Okay.
why not? Why not? I mean, I did. It was a good enough idea for me. I think tripling your money on the second place behind the front runner that is such a terrible movie.
Yeah.
You're sitting pretty. It's a great place to be. And I don't hate the All Quiet on the Western Front. Obviously, things have moved for All Quiet in a way that it's hard to quantify.
Right. Yeah. I just don't see Babylon winning an Oscar, never mind multiple Oscars. So these odds are definitely could be taken advantage of.
Also, if Michelle Yeoh wins, I get 125. If Kate Blanchett wins, I get 91. And if Riseborough wins, I get $1,300, baby.
Oh my God, the Riseborough win. Just do it. Just do it, you cowards.
God, it would be the best. It would be the only thing where they could up the slap.
Yes. It'd be bigger than the slap. 100%.
Bigger than the slap. 100%.
It'd be bigger than the slap. And then we get Chris Rock special a year from now.
Did you watch it?
I watched this segment on Will Smith. And then I watched the after show hosted by Dana Carvey and David Spade.
Sure.
And I think I got the gist.
Yeah, it's great. I watched. I did the whole dirty hour. It was great.
So I'll get to the whole show at some point.
Best sound.
Best sound. Best sound. Top Gun Maverick minus 700 is the heavy favorite, and then the only thing close to it is All Quiet at 325. I mean, I feel like Maverick can't come up empty-handed. The movie saved theatrical, according to Spielberg, and he went into 10. He did 10 G's, and that sounded great. So do we think there's an underdog here that could win? I mean, I guess All Quiet, right? If it's a big sweep down the line.
I think sure, it could be. But this is like this is one of these things, like people are dying to give Top Gun something, and this is their only shot.
Yeah, I agree. I think either don't bet on this or put a couple of bucks on Top Gun Maverick. I don't think anything else has a shot to win
Top
this.
Gun Maverick might it's minus 650. I just it's not even fun anymore. Or it is on
Yeah, yeah.
Bovada. What was it over there?
Well, on Bet US, it's minus 700. It's
I don't know. I would yeah, I mean, I guess if you want to put $10 on it, get $10 back.
Visual effects, Avatar: Way of Water is at minus 3,000.
Yeah, I think that's over.
Okay. I mean, the whole movie is a visual effect. It is
Yeah,
a cartoon
it's a
movie.
cartoon. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And it would not beat Pinocchio.
All right. So have we mentioned best international film? All
No,
Quiet on the Western Front, minus
Imagine.
2,200. It
Imagine.
cannot lose. It is nominated for Best Picture.
Yeah.
It cannot not be the best international picture. And
I don't hate throwing $100 on that and making $5.
Yeah, it is a slam doink
It's
to
such
win
a
best.
slam dunk. Like,
Yeah,
put money on that. Make money on your fees. Your like when you take the money out.
right.
Put that on there. Put $1,000 on that.
Yes. Honestly, yes. Put $1,000 on All Quiet Yeah, it is 100% going to win.
The odds are like
girl
not
will
that
not
bad
win.
for such a slam dunk.
Yeah,
I mean, it's a crazy slam dunk.
How is that? It cannot lose.
It's insane.
It cannot lose. So honestly, yes, if you have $1,000 burning a hole in your pocket, put it on All Quiet for best.
What do you think the odds would be though if RRR was in that category?
I mean, that would have been a horse race.
Even. Yeah.
Yeah. Because even if RR didn't get the Best Picture nomination, if it was in Best International, that would be a horse race.
Okay, Best Original Song.
Best Original Song.
We got the speaking of the Naatu, that's minus 450 on Bovada.
It's minus 350 on Bet US. So that's worth it. I mean, listen, here's the thing. I love that movie and I love that sequence with Naatu.
Yeah.
And it should win. It probably is going to win.
I like that for $100 bet, honestly.
Oh, you do?
At minus 350? I like it. I think you're guaranteed to get $30.
So you think Naatu is a slam doink?
What did it lose, buddy? Name one thing it lost.
I guess so. You don't think Lady Gaga has any shot at plus 600?
No, it's done.
She's famous and she's won before, and it's a way to give Top Gun Maverick an Oscar.
Nah. Because that's Diane Warren or whatever who's been nominated 20 times for Best Original Song and never won. She doesn't even want to win. That's not the movie that's gonna get her. She's like 20 years away from finally getting that Oscar. She already got like a honorary Oscar.
Yeah, but she wants that competitive one.
I know, it's insanity.
It's what's keeping her alive.
No, I don't think that's what's going on. I think this is a Naatu year. This is where people who think Michelle Yeoh is gonna win are gonna get satisfaction.
Listen,
Do not think about that too hard.
All right, so then we're not thinking. Listen, for the listeners who trust me more than Nick, there's a handful of you. I'm saying
that's all of them.
Put a couple of bucks on Lady Gaga, Hold My Hand, because it's Top Gun, and maybe they just are voting for the movie that they like more than RRR. That's my advice.
Okay.
Um,
But you're not
okay,
as
so
passionate as me, so why listen?
I'm not because it's probably going to be RR, and I like that song, so I hope it
Yeah,
is.
it's fun.
It,
Okay. We got to
any
do
of these?
screenplays.
Oh, we haven't done screenplays yet.
Mm-mm.
Okay, so best original screenplay. Everything Everywhere is the favorite. No, the favorite is still on Bet US. Banshees of Inisherin is
Yeah.
minus 175, and Everything Everywhere All at Once is at plus 105. I mean, my advice would be if you could get Everything Everywhere as an underdog, put a couple of bucks on that at this point. Do you think
Yeah,
that makes sense?
it's the front runner on Bovada and my bookie.
Yeah.
It's minus 140 on Bovada. Banshees of Inisherin is even. What'd you say the odds were on Bet US?
So on Bet US, Everything Everywhere is plus 105 and Banshees is minus 175.
I think that's good. But I'm nervous about Martin McDonough because
Mhm.
everybody voting on this category knows that the Daniels are going to get 2 more Oscars after this
Right.
category.
Yes. Yes.
So I don't know why you would give them this.
Yeah, I mean, we've gone back and forth on this kind of theory before where the does a voter look at their ballot and say, I'm going to vote for them somewhere else, so I'm not going to vote for them here.
I
Um,
think I think that, I do poo-poo that shit all the time. But
yeah.
I think I poo-poo that because nobody knows what everybody else is going to do. But in this case,
Yes.
those other two are so solid
Right.
that you can give it to anybody except
Yeah.
for Steven Spielberg.
Right. And are the Daniels looked at as such gods of filmmaking that the voters are going to want to give them writing and directing the same year? I
Buddy,
think that is a bit
I think
much.
Todd Field has a shot at this.
I do too.
He's
I
a plus
do too.
2000.
I do too. That is such a great call.
I have this is just, this is one of those I just wanted to put some skin in the game for EE.
Yeah.
I have, if
Uh-huh.
they win, I get 586.
Yeah.
But what if I throw $5? My winnings, if they win, uh, on Todd Field, just
I
so I get $100.
I love that bet
I'll do it right
because
now. I'll do it right now.
on
I'm gonna
air,
do it. Yeah, I'm gonna do it on
on
my bookie. I have money in right now. I can do it.
oh my God, this is what an incredible moment. On air gambling.
This
That
is
this
this
is
is good podcasting.
yeah,
You
yes,
got to have a
yes.
co-host if you're going to be doing on-air gambling.
I wish we had a call-in format because the lines would be lighting up
Okay, I
if
have free play money on my bookie, and I'm putting $5 to win $100. That's great
that
free play use too, because you don't get that free play money back, and those are some fun free play odds.
this is great. So yeah, I love putting some money on Todd Field in original screenplay. It is a situation where the voters obviously love Tar. It got a ton of nominations. It's probably so many people's favorite movie of the year.
Yeah.
And this you could give Todd Field an Oscar here because he's not going to win director or producer. It's possible. It's definitely possible.
It's possible.
Um, yeah, we'll obviously on our next episode, the Oscar ballot episode, we're going to predict our just straight up who's going to win, without the lines.
For sure.
But I think putting some money on Tar for original screenplay is smart.
Okay.
So adapted screenplay. It is a 2-horse race. It's Women Talking on Bet US is minus 250, still the favorite. All Quiet is plus 125. And then there's 3 other movies that I legitimately think have 0 chance to win.
Uh-huh.
So I'm guessing based on how you've talked about women talking that you do not think that's the place to put some money.
Well, I put old money on there. So
Mhm.
if they win, I get 83.90.
Right.
So I don't really see the point personally in trying to double dip in this category.
Yep.
But what about you?
Yeah, I definitely have old money on women talking in
But
this
obviously, I
category.
think the fucking All Quiet could win. Of course, I do.
Right. Right. Yeah, because Women Talking won the WGA for adapted, but All Quiet wasn't eligible. Um,
Right. Yeah, they're
my
not in the same cat. They're not in the same world yet.
yeah, I mean, my overall thought on this is probably not worth a bet. I do think Women Talking is going to win just because it's a filmmaker that the voters know, and they're just going to want to give it to Sarah Polley. And people like this movie; it's up for Best Picture.
And people are just incensed, and it's like there's so much love around this movie with absolutely nowhere else to put it.
Exactly. Exactly. And you could reward the director with a writing award.
But
So
those odds, I just don't like them.
minus 250 feels really high because it does feel
So
like this
high.
should be even.
And it didn't, yeah, it just the
Yeah.
fucking there's no movie where like support has waned this much besides like
Yes.
Fablemans or whatever.
Yes. God, we didn't even consider putting underdog money anywhere on the Fablemans. That is
Not
how
one.
far this has
Not
fallen.
one.
Um,
All
so
right.
at this point, all that's left is the shorts, and I cannot say I feel confident enough right now to give any gambling advice on these three shorts categories.
Okay, so let's talk about shorts and how they work.
Mhm.
There is no rhyme or reason, but
Nope.
there's always like at least one category, possibly two, some years where they get it right,
Mhm.
where everybody guesses the thing and that's the right one.
Mhm.
But there's usually two categories at least that it's just blind picking.
Mhm.
No, I mean, no, the people don't even watch these movies. They read articles and they look at screenshots and they think, what kind of movie would this be? I'll vote for this one.
Right. Right.
So here I was talking to you about a strategy I thought of earlier.
Okay.
So in most of these categories, there's like two front runners, and then there's like the odds for the back three are like crazy because
Mhm.
they could be anybody.
Right. Right.
So if it's got crazy odds, if there's like okay, let's for example, um
So in the three shorts categories, the most long shot odds
okay,
are an
yeah,
ostrich told me the world is fake, and I
put
believe for
money on
best
it. I put
animated
money
short.
on it.
You put
Yeah,
money on it?
yeah.
Um here's something about that title. I watched nomination morning when they announced all the nominees, and I forget who the celebrities were that read the nominees. Allison Williams was one of them. When she read that title, the room laughed in amusement at that title. And I think that's something that maybe people just remember the title of this movie.
Wow, because that is the second most memorable title
Yes.
from that ceremony I can imagine after My Year of Dicks.
Um so my here's the thing about My Year of Dicks in this
Yeah,
category. I saw it, I really liked it. It's on Hulu, just like the whole short is just there and it's been
right.
on the front page. So that means it's accessible.
Yeah.
That means obviously everyone gets screeners, but people like just watching stuff on the channels they get. I bet you a lot of people have seen My Year of Dicks.
Yeah, for sure. So I actually employed this technique today. And if My Year of Dicks wins, I stand to get back 1250, and if Ostrich wins, I stand to get back 21. So
Great.
obviously, I put whatever, I don't know, a couple bucks on each one.
Right. Right.
And so I think that's and some of these, I'm just trying to like remember what happened by betting
Yes.
on it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So then I have Red Suitcase and Le Pupille for
Okay.
live action short. Oh, but did we want to? I mean, we can't give you like definitively what our picks are. I know the bull, the boy, the mole, and the fox and the horse. If you have an Apple TV, you've been looking at that for 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
But I know not everybody has an Apple TV.
Right.
my
Right.
my view is skewed,
Right.
but that seems like a mega front runner. But I don't know. It's kind of boring.
Yeah, and my year of dicks is very fun. So we'll give our definitive what will win picks on our
Yes.
Oscar
This is
pool
not the
episode.
what we think will win picks.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. So I would say put some money on some of those underdogs because, like you said, these categories are the favorites have the least amount of real information behind them. There's still very much guesses.
I'm thinking I can't find the live action shorts on Bovada. I know they have it on my bookie. Did we want to
Yeah, live
round
action
this out?
shorts. Live action shorts is Les Pupilles is the favorite 130 and the biggest underdog is called I Value is plus 1200 and Night Ride is plus 1000. So, I honestly can't say with any authority to put any money on those underdogs there.
Oh, I put $1 on Ostrich. It's at plus 2,000 on my bookie.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's great. It's such a catchy title. People are going to vote for that movie based on that title making them laugh.
Oh, we didn't talk about one big one. We'll talk about after these lives are done. I don't know. I can't give you any. I put money on Red Suitcase and Le Pupille. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Doc Short, I put money on Stranger at the Gate. Haul out. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Haul
Here's the thing. There's no short about the Holocaust this year, so there is no slam doink to win.
Okay, are you ready for the last category?
Give it to me.
Best documentary feature.
Okay.
So yeah, do you have any money on these?
I don't. So Navalny is the favorite at minus 350. I would put money on what I think is going to win, which is All the Beauty and the Bloodshed, is at plus 300. That's the movie I just keep hearing about the most.
Yeah. So you know why you kept hearing about that is because it was the front runner. And then I think a bunch of stuff happened and it is no longer the front runner because I know Fire of Love and Navalny have won stuff.
Yeah.
And so that's why it got kicked back. And I think that's more of like the Fablemans of documentary.
Okay.
So I have money. If Navalny wins, I'll make 17.5. And Fire of Love wins, I'll get back 38.75. I put money on Navalny when it was an underdog.
Okay. Wow, that's great.
And then obviously I put whatever, $3 on. And then I've put money on Fire of Love after it won something big. I don't know. But so because it seems like it has momentum, but and the odds were really good.
Well, here's a reason to put money on Fire of Love, which is
accessibility.
It's accessibility, but also it was just announced in the trades that they're doing a narrative adaptation of it. They're going to make it into a quote unquote real movie.
I thought they were going to announce that those they were alive.
Spoiler alert, they're playing themselves
alert. They say it the entire movie.
So Yeah, I that could be a little something. You know, the industry is definitely hot for that documentary they're
But I
turning
think
into a real
people really
movie.
want to give a fuck you to Putin.
Yeah, because it's about them trying to
His
poison the
biggest
opposition.
opposition.
Yeah. Yeah,
And they have a
possibly.
smoking gun in that movie that few documentaries ever get.
Yeah.
They have such a
Uh
great moment that I will never forget, which is hard to say about most documentaries that I loved.
so if in this category you were going to advise to put money on either of the underdogs,
Mhm.
possible winner underdogs, All the Beauty or Fire of Love, what would
Oh,
you advise?
Fire of Love only,
Okay.
only, only. Yeah,
Okay. I
yeah.
could get with that because, like I said, they're going to make it into a real movie, so I think people are buzzing about it now.
All the Beauty and the Bloodshed is plus 1,000 on Bovado. That movie's done. So
Wow.
nobody on Gold Derby's got that.
Wow. Interesting.
Yeah,
Interesting.
yeah.
Um,
I think it was number one because it had the most beautiful title.
It has a great title. I think also a big thing going for that movie is that it played in movie theaters, and so I think a lot of voters may have actually seen it
Yeah,
on in a theater, which is always
yeah.
helpful.
Mm.
Um, all right, so I mean that is our gambling guide.
Wow.
Um,
Wow. That's it.
that's it. So the next episode, Nick, we're gonna go through all these categories quickly and basically tell you how to vote in your Oscar pool. So we're gonna say this is what will win.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be a lot quicker.
Yes, yes. So we'll do that because listen, the
And we'll
Oscar
probably
pool,
just put it in the show notes so you don't even have to listen to it.
yeah, but download it and
Download it.
scrub through so we get the credit for listening.
No little scrubbing.
Yeah, do a little scrubbing.
Oh, you know what we never did was the ad. We'll have
We'll
to
record it
add
and
it.
I'll put it in, and they get to hear behind the scenes about how I edit the episode.
Oh
Uh,
shit.
so now they know
That
that
was a
we don't
secret.
fuck it, do it live. There's a little editing. So yeah, Nick, I think we've done God's work tonight.
We did it. It's such a big week. It's so exciting. I can't believe I have to work and then hopefully race back in time. But that's the thing when you don't actually make movies for a living.
Yeah, yeah. Someday, someday.
Oh, okay, great.
Just go hang out in a volcano and then they'll make a documentary about you and then
I will go die in a volcano and then wait 40 years.
yeah,
Okay.
it's worth it.
Done. Done.
So yeah. So Nick, where else could people listen to your podcast or see you in a comedy club setting?
Oh yeah. I'll come see me if you're in San Francisco, if you're in Salem, Oregon, if you're in
Mhm.
Houston, if you're in Austin, follow me on at Nick's Turners. And there'll be some info there.
Cool. And listen to the BO Boys, huge episodes. We got Scream 6 coming out this weekend. So we'll be previewing the box office for that on the BO Boys. And
Oh,
I
yeah.
think that's it, Nick. So next episode is Oscar Pool. It's going to be our biggest episode ever. Thanks for listening.